People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bytech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center, Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to Lancaster High School as we are getting ready for a non-conference boys basketball matchup on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The home team Lancaster Flying Arrows 8-0 and 3-0 in the SWC, ranked number 10 in Division III in the latest Bound Wisconsin Zaleski Sports Coaches Poll, taking on the Mineral Point Pointers, 4-3 overall and 2-1 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel is powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Lely Center Monroe. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. The Flying Arrows, again, undefeated at a perfect 8-0 mark coming into tonight's game, coming off a win on Thursday against Richland Center, 75-57, the final score of that contest on Thursday night. And the Pointers are coming off a win last night against Fenimore where they doubled up their score 70-35 on the Golden Eagles, and Mineral Point trying to stay above 500 after tonight's game as they sit with a 4-3 overall mark, and they are 2-1 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. The Arrows are first place in the SWC conference-wise. They're the only unbeaten team in the SWC at this point in the early part of the season, as Mineral Point is currently tied for third with Fenimore, who Mineral Point just beat head-to-head last night. So a very intriguing matchup as a Flying Arrows team that's got three scorers that are averaging over 15 points per game, including Zach Hermson with 23.1, Dane Kaufman with 15, and Taylor Williams with 15.9. And Mineral Point with no shortage of offensive scorers on their side. They've got a good one, a 6'3 senior, and Drew Ashelman, 18 points per game, and Keaton Dempsey, a 6'1 senior, 20.7 points per contest. Should be a track meet back and forth game between these two programs. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out ahead of the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears game that's going to be coming up later on this evening, which, oh, by the way, you can catch the pregame and the full game coverage over on 97.7 Country WGLR. But first, our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. We'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with Brian Knapp of Lancaster and Brett McGraw of Mineral Point. I asked him about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Also get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the tip-off between Lancaster and Mineral Point. The Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1. Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Winter fun is bouncing into Five Flags January 23rd through the 25th with 3 days of inflatables, obstacle courses, a mechanical bull, mini golf, and more. Jump, play, and burn off that wintertime restlessness. On Saturday and Sunday, January 23rd 24th and 25th, wind things down with the Winter Movie Series featuring Monsters, Inc. Experience all Five Flags has to offer with this family fun extravaganza. January 23rd through 25th. Get tickets at the Five Flags box office and details at fiveflagscenter.com.
Pregame 1.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Non-conference boys basketball on this Saturday night as Mineral Point is taking on Lancaster. We're joined by Pointers head coach Brett McGraw. Coach, thanks for joining us. 4-3 record coming into tonight's game against the Flying Arrows, coming off a big win against Fenimore just last night. So a very quick turnaround against a very strong opponent. But talk about the team's play as of late, the things that have been going right to the momentum that the Pointers have heading into this one.
Yeah, so, last night I thought we, really moved the ball really well. I thought defensively it was one of our best defensive efforts as a team, and I thought we were really connected, guys communicating, and doing the things that we try to get guys to do all the time, and they really bought into the scouting report, and they really bought into kind of the play, the pace, and what we're trying to do, and they put it together for a full, complete game. I thought last night.
All right, in the first 7 games of the season, what have been the strengths of the team when Mineral Point has been playing well, and what have been some of the things that you're looking to work on as the season goes along?
When we've defended, when we've rebounded, we've been very successful and shared the ball. When we haven't done one of those things, we've played well at times, or played 3/4 of a game very well, but we just haven't been able to finish those games when we don't rebound, when we don't defend. I think that's for a lot of teams if they don't put all those things together. But I really think when we've done that, we've been very successful.
All right, Brett McGraw with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show, the head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers, joining us before the matchup against Lancaster here this evening. Our Russell office's injury report, if it's not injuries, it's usually, flu bugs or other stomach bugs and stuff like that have been kind of making its way around all the different school districts around here. How's your team fared on the injury and illness front, and will there be any injuries that'll impact tonight's game?
No. Crossing your fingers, especially as we get into this time. But no, we've been able to say injury and illness free. But that's just part of the season, part of the game. And at this point, we're pretty good right now.
All right, awesome. And looking ahead to the matchup tonight against Lancaster, they're undefeated on the season, and obviously have a lot of experience and a lot of returning firepower, especially offensively. Very balanced as far as being able to score the basketball. What stands out to you the most about this Flying Arrows team, and what does Mineral Point have to do tonight?
They have a number of talented players that can score the basketball, and they're long, they're athletic, and they play really hard. And so what we really are going to try to do is to try to make shots difficult for them, make them take tough twos, nothing easy. And I thought that when we've made it difficult on teams to have to get shots where they maybe don't want them, or shots that they're not accustomed to getting, we've been pretty successful. So we're going to try to do that tonight, and move the ball, make them have to guard all 5 of our guys. All
right, should be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler.
Yep, absolutely. That's head coach Brett McGraw, the Mineral Point Pointers. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Don't miss Ice Fest at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium on January 24th and 25th. From 10 a.m. until 2, come dressed for indoor and outdoor fun for the whole family, all included with general admission. Go for the gold with Winter Olympics-themed activities, enjoy history demonstrations, experience To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA, and more. S'mores and hot chocolate are available for purchase. For a detailed list of activities, head to rivermuseum.org/events. Don't miss Ice Fest, January 24th and 25th, only at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium.
What happened to customer service? You're expected to check yourself out at the store, you're expected to pay 3% extra to use credit cards, and you're expected to unbox your own mattress and set it up yourself. Well, not at Dubuque Mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. At Dubuque Mattress, customer service is alive and well. When you buy a mattress from us, we take care of everything. We deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. We don't charge for using credit cards, and we offer free financing. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Lancaster and Mineral Point squaring off in tonight's non-conference boys basketball matchup. We're joined by Lancaster head coach Brian Knapp. Coach, thanks for joining us. And undefeated record coming into this game, 8-0 overall, 3-0 in the SWC, number 10th ranked team in the state in the latest Bound Wisconsin Zaleski Sports media poll. And things seem to be very much trending in Lancaster's direction. A lot of very good basketball and obviously an unblemished record. Talk about the things that have been going right for the Arrows over the last few games.
Well, I know what goes right is when you have a group of seniors that have worked hard at playing the game of basketball, and they cherish the moments of playing it on the court, and they take advantage of any basketball opportunity that they can have or get. And it shows when we play that they're veterans. They played several years for me, and now it's just kind of letting them do their thing out there. It's worked out so far.
Yep, and talk about this, core group, because, there's, the senior group, it feels like that they've been on the floor for pretty much 4 years, now at this point. What's been the biggest area of growth that's most satisfying, from your front as a coach, and maybe are there still things that they can continue to improve on as the season goes along?
Consistency is what they can improve on. They're fairly consistent, and they work hard at it, and what they've done a lot better this year is like kind of moving the basketball together as a unit rather than trying to score. And that's maturity. That's learning that it takes all of them to be successful.
All right, Brian Knapp with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show. The head coach of the Lancaster Flying Arrows taking on Mineral Point in non-conference boys basketball tonight. The Russell office's injury report. Again, if it's not injuries, it's usually illnesses and other things that come with playing high school basketball in Southwest Wisconsin this time of the year. How are things looking on the injury and illness front for the Arrows coming into tonight's game?
No injuries and no illness, so we're ready to go.
All right, excellent. That's good to hear. And then the key to the game tonight against Mineral Point, they're 4-3, but obviously one of the blue blood programs in Southwest Wisconsin. They've been to state the last 2 years. Obviously, a coaching change and things that come with that. But what stands out to you the most about this Mineral Point Pointers team, and what does Lancaster have to do tonight?
Well, you got to stop 11, and then you got to stop 21, and make somebody else kind of beat you. So, and that 11 and 21 are going to get some points along the way, but limit them as much as you can and rally around everybody else.
All right, should be a great matchup. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Thank you much.
All right, that's Brian Knapp, head coach of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. We'll have more on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
They keep you on your toes. So it's more important than ever to stay healthy and ahead of the game. From flu shots to annual physicals, Dr. Ron White welcomes new patients and looks forward to keeping you well, accepting most major insurances, including Quartz, Medical Associates, and Dean, to name a few. For appointments in Lancaster or Fenimore, call 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
Pregame 3.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues from Lancaster, getting ready for non-conference boys basketball as the Lancaster Flying Arrows host the Mineral Point Pointers. Tyler Dictanis with you from the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and ayersfurniture.com. Heard both coaches talk about the players on the Russell office's injury report. None to report for either team here this evening. But again, if you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Basketball tonight also brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents John Reagans and Deneen Dahl with Reagans & Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. And by Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. Let's head up to Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Mineral Point Pointers. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. For the Mineral Point Pointers, 4-3 overall, 2-1 in the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League. Their starting lineup goes like this. A 6'3 senior, number 0, Cole Rip. Rip averaging 3 points and 4.2 rebounds per game. A 6'2 senior, number 3, Brett Bossert. Bossert averaging 3.3 points, 1.5 rebounds, 1 assist per contest. Also in the starting lineup, a 5'9 senior, number 10, Aiden Patterson. Patterson averaging 9.5 points and 4 rebounds per game. A 6'3 senior, number 11, Drew Ashelman. Ashelman averaging 18.2 points, 9.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1 steal per game. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Pointers, a 6'3 senior, number 20, Hudson Schrader. Scratch that. Number 21, Keaton Dempsey, a 6'1 senior, averaging 20.7 points per game, as well as 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 3 steals per game. The head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers is Brett McGraw, and he's assisted by Isaac Lindsay and Matthew Myers. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Mineral Point Pointers. We'll take a timeout. We'll introduce the Lancaster Flying Arrows as the Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 1.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
In game 1.
Back on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, closing in on the tip between Lancaster and Mineral Point in non-conference boys basketball. We introduced the Mineral Point Pointers just a bit ago. Let's introduce the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. 8-0 on the season, 3-0 in the SWC, the number 10th ranked team in Division III in the latest Bound Wisconsin Zaleski Sports Media Poll. And the Flying Arrows starting lineup goes like this. A 6'4 senior, number 1, Zach Hermson. Hermson averaging 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals per game. A 6'1 senior, number 2, Brady Schmitz. Schmitz averaging 4.5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal per contest. A 5'11 senior, number 3, Dane Kaufman. Kaufman averaging 15 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal per game. A 6'1 senior, number 11, Taylor Williams. Williams averaging just under 16 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. And running out the starting lineup for the Flying Arrows, a 6'1 senior, number 13, Anthony Bush. Bush averaging half a point per game. The Arrows are coached by Brian Knapp, and he's assisted by Dave Bowen, Tom Driscoll, and Joe Schulte. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Our game tonight also brought to you by Brian Steffes Construction, your local Wick Buildings dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams of Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. By Claire Bank with very convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. And by Southwest Health, with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. By Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. We'll take another timeout. We'll do a quick check on the shoebox scoreboard, as there have been a number of basketball games that have been completed on this Saturday afternoon. We'll track down those scores and bring them to you on our shoebox scoreboard before we get to the tip between Lancaster and Mineral Points, as our Raleigh Cheese pregame show wraps up after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersAndDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In game 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mineral Point and Lancaster set to square off in just a few moments. Our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In other boys basketball action around the area, boys basketball, Darlington over Beloit Turner, 66-38. That's a final. And Stockton, Illinois beats Blackhawk, 57-42. And in girls basketball, we know that Lancaster beat Potosi Cassville 70-17. I'm trying to track down if the girls' score between Mineral Point and Barneveld has gone final. It has not. But other scores we can tell you about: Platteville beats Mount Horeb 70-66. Pacelli Catholic beats Shalsburg 74-52, and Judah beat Williams Bay 51-34. Those are the latest updates on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving Southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. I'll take our last break, and we will bring you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game and the opening tip between Mineral Point and Lancaster. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Tip-off coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
Turpin Dodge salutes Kelly Dix, manager of quality and safety at Mercy One Dubuque and Clinton. Turpin will make a donation to the Mercy One Foundation in Kelly's honor. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Kelly, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
In Game 3.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters, and overhead doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. We will step aside for tonight's national anthem from Lancaster High School.
High school and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators during interscholastic events. We request your cooperation. At this time, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Tonight's national anthem from Lancaster High School, as we are getting close to the tip between Lancaster and Mineral Point as the lights go out here at Lancaster High School on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Mineral Point in the traveling Carolina blue Nike jerseys with pointers written across the chest in white with white numbers. And the blue and white stripes up and down each side of the uniform. Lancaster in the home white jerseys with blue numerals and gold trim. Lancaster written across the chest in blue as well. Those are the colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Tonight at Lancaster, it is Youth Fan Night. It's an interactive experience for young fans and families. If you're in the Lancaster area, stop on down and stay after the game for a meet and greet, poster signings by the players, collect all the players' trading cards, and get photos with your favorite players, enjoy cookies and more. Hope you can make it out here. Player introductions wrapping up in the new look Lancaster Gymnasium, a new basketball floor, new bleachers, and maybe some new lighting as well as they bring out the spotlights for the player intros. And now the lights come back on and we are set for basketball. Here in Lancaster, Zach Hermson in the center circle for Lancaster. Cole Ripp in the center circle for the Pointers. Here's the tip. Hermson swats it back. It's recovered by the Pointers, working from right to left as I see it and as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Brett Bosser with a pass to the right side of the paint. Now ball thrown back to the top to Cole Ripp. Cutting towards the basket is Keaton Dempsey, and Dempsey is going to get fouled, or beg your pardon, the ball is going to be lost out of bounds, and they're saying it was last touched by the Pointers. Or excuse me, against the Arrows, as I think there was some confusion on who was going to have possession of the ball. But baseline right side, Brett Bossert looking for the inbound pass, and he'll heave it over to the far side of the floor to Aiden Patterson. Patterson dribbles into the paint, now hands it off to Drew Ashelman. Ashelman pulls up for a shot right side of the paint. Shot's no good. Offensive rebound. The putback is good, and the foul to put the Pointers on the board. Drew Ashelman averaging 18.2 points per game and shoots 48% from the free throw line. And he knocks down the first free throw on this trip. So on the first possession, 3 points for the Pointers. 30 seconds into the game, Pointers 3, Arrows nothing. Arrows looking to answer. Hermson in the paint, kicks it out to Dane Kaufman, loading up for 3, and he hits the triple from the left wing. Dane Kaufman with the answer. We're tied at 3. 45 seconds into the game, and a travel going to be called on Keaton Dempsey as he got under the bucket, tried to put it up, but he stumbled while cutting towards the hoop. And the Pointers turn the ball over. Dane Kaufman brings it across center court for the Arrows, hands off to the high left side to Brady Schmitz. Schmitz with the crossover dribble, stops it, hands off to Taylor Williams, stop and pop jumper, left side of the paint. Misses the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, though, for the Arrows. As Schmitz going baseline. And a push going to be called against Keaton Dempsey. Both teams with a foul apiece. The first foul of the game was against Anthony Bush. As a three-pointer off the inbound by Dane Kaufman in the left corner is no good. And an offensive foul against Lancaster will turn the ball over. They're going to say Zach Hermson push. That's personal foul number 1, team foul number 2 of the half for the Arrows. 16:47 to play in the first half. Lancaster 3, Mineral Point 3, non-conference boys hoops on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Ball swung over to the right corner to Brett Bossert. Bossert into the paint, now back out to the left corner. Aiden Patterson was charging towards the basket, but finds a teammate in the right corner. Now a cross-court pass back to the near side. Pull-up 3 is airballed by Aiden Patterson, and the rebound collected by Dane Kaufman of the Arrows. Now a three-pointer for Hermson in the right corner is good. Lancaster with their first lead of the game, 6-3. Arrows on top. 2 minutes into the contest, and a steal by Kaufman. And back in transition, Hermson lays it in for 2. Zach Hermson averaging over 23 points per game. He's got 5 right away. Arrows 8, Pointers 3. 15:50 to play in the first half. And a three-pointer straight ahead by Drew Ashelman. Ashelman has all 6 points for Mineral Point. And now Hermson with a stop and pop jumper and gets the lucky bounce to drop. No shortage of offense here in Lancaster. 10-6 the score. 15:25 to play in the opening half. Aiden Patterson in the lane. Lost the handle momentarily, but Cole Ripp tries to get the hook shot to go, but the ball spit back out, and the Arrows collect the rebound. Kaufman dribbles down to the free throw line. Now hands off to the high right side to Taylor Williams. And the ball is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it was last touched by Lancaster. And it's going to be Mineral Point basketball as the ball went right into the, I believe that's the student section for Lancaster, as many of them are decked out in green and gold. But it's 10-6, 3 minutes into the game. Lancaster in the lead, Pointers in possession of the ball. Bossert in the left corner, cutting towards the basket along the baseline. It's no good, gets his own rebound. Now a three-pointer is knocked down by Ashelman again. Drew Ashelman with all 9 points for Mineral Point. 10-9, Arrows in front. Dane Coffin getting a screen from Anthony Bush. Coffin stops his dribble, exchanges passes with Hermson. And Coffin cutting towards the basket, double teamed under the hoop. Shot's no good, gets his own rebound, kicks it out. And Williams in the paint, tries to kick it back to Hermson, and Hermson zigged when he should have zagged. Ball goes out of bounds in front of the Mineral Point bench, and it will be Mineral Point basketball, 10-9, Lancaster leading. And the Pointers have the ball. Clearbank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin as a foul called on the floor, and it's an offensive foul, I believe. No, they're just going to say a violation on Mineral Point, but it's a turnover for the Pointers regardless. 10-9, Lancaster in front. 4 minutes into the game, Taylor Williams on the high left side. Right-handed dribble, getting a screen from a teammate. Now hands out to Dane Kaufman on the right wing. Kaufman calling for a screen from Anthony Bush. Kaufman dribbles to the left elbow, hands out to Taylor Williams on the high left side. Williams finds Anthony Bush in the corner. Now he'll hand off to Hermson. Hermson double team, finds Bush cutting towards the basket. Bounces off the back iron, no good. And the rebound collected by Brett Bossert. Drew Ashelman pulls up for 3 again. That one spit back out, no good. Zach Hermson pulls down the board for the Arrows. Now here comes Dane Kaufman. Kaufman spinning in the lane. His jumper is blocked by Ashelman. And collecting the ball for Mineral Point is Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey with it on the right wing, hands off to the corner to Bossert. Bossert switching from the left to the right hand. Now passes over to Ashelman off the left side of the point, back to the right side of the point to Bossert. Bossert talks over to Keaton Dempsey, and Dempsey's shot is blocked and taken away. Arrows back down the floor quickly as Kaufman couldn't get the shot to drop as the ball spun off the left side of the rim. And 2 free throws coming up for Dane Kaufman as the second foul on the Pointers is going to go against Brett Bossert. Real Mutual agents John Reagan Sedini Dahl with Reagan Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. 2 free throws coming up for Dane Kaufman as there's some conversation going on between Brett McGraw and the official. And substitutions now coming in for both teams. Torrin Bomstad in the game for Mineral Point as Kaufman hits the second free throw. Kaufman now with 5 points, and it's a 12-9 lead for the Arrows. 12:55 to play in the opening half. Keaton Dempsey going baseline from the left corner, finds an open teammate, and a 3 is no good. Shot missed by Aiden Patterson, and now the Arrows back down the floor quickly. 3-on-2. Kaufman kicks it out to the top. Now Brady Mack cutting towards the basket, and that's going to be a travel on Brady Mack. Arrows with the 3rd turnover of the game. And the Pointers take possession, trailing by 3 with 12:38 to go in the first half. Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Drew Ashelman gets a screen from Keaton Dempsey at the top of the arc. Now Dempsey with the ball, lost the handle momentarily, still able to keep it alive, but poked away and recovered on the right wing. Aiden Patterson finds Torrin Bomstad in the left corner. And now it's Aiden Patterson giving off to Ashelman, and Ashelman tries to bank it in, but a foul against Lancaster will send him to the line. They're going to say a block on Brady Mack. It's team foul number 4, personal foul number 2. Must have missed a foul there. As Brady Mack checks out of the game, now in is number 22, Lucas Weber, 6'2 sophomore. And the second free throw is made by Ashelman after missing the first, to make it Lancaster 12, Mineral Point 10. 12-10 to go. In the opening half, as a pull-up jumper from the free throw line is knocked down by Zach Hermson. Zach Hermson now with 9 points in the first 6 minutes of the game. And a carry going to be called against Mineral Point as Keaton Dempsey couldn't keep control of the basketball. Lancaster will take possession off of Mineral Point's 4th turnover unofficially. McNutt Electric and Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. Lucas Weber with the ball on the high right side for the Arrows. Dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to the high left side to Taylor Williams. Now toss to Kaufman. Kaufman with a pump fake. Now kicks it over to Krubel on the high left side. Kaufman driving towards the basket, and his pass is going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by the Arrows, and Lancaster turns it over for the 4th time. 14-10, Lancaster leading Mineral Point with 11:34 to play in the first half. Brian Steffes Construction, your local Wick building dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. And a skip pass by Torren Bomstad is going to be kicked out of bounds by the Arrows. And Mineral Point will keep the ball. They'll inbound baseline right side. Drew Ashelman set to throw it in. Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. Inbound pass gets lobbed in to Brett Bossert on the high right side, and he loses the ball. Torren Bomstad recovers it for the Pointers. Angles towards the left side. He'll hand off to Ashelman. Ashelman just inside the free throw line. Hands off to the right corner to Patterson, and Patterson with an open lane towards the basket, and he'll bank it in for 2. Aiden Patterson averaging 9.5 points per game. He gets his first 2 points there, back to a 2-point lead for the Arrows. 14-12 with 10:50 to play in the opening half. Hermson at the left elbow, hands off to Dane Kaufman, and they're going to say it's Mineral Point basketball, I believe. Travel called against Dane Kaufman, and a 30-second timeout taken by Brian Knapp of the Arrows. With 10:44 to play in the first half, we'll keep it here. Basketball tonight brought to you by Edward Jones Reese Wealth Management in Platteville and by Arter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all of your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Anytime Roofing, visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. And by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Coming out of the Lancaster timeout, Lancaster leads 14-12. Mineral Point Pointers in possession of the basketball on the high right side. Torren Bomstad hands off to Bossert, now out to the top to Patterson. Patterson finds Ashelman on the left wing. Ashelman pushes over to Bossert on the right wing, now back to the right corner to Bomstad. Bomstad gives back to Bossert. Bossert in the lane, puts up a shot, airballs it left side of the rim. Lucas Weber collects the rebound for Lancaster. Now Brody Krubel gets it across the timeline for the Arrows, pushes back to the near side to Lucas Weber, who hands off to Taylor Williams. Now Zach Hermson on the high left side, runs into a double team, step and pop jumper, off the front of the rim, no good. Ashelman with the rebound for the Pointers. Pointers trail by 2 with 9:52 to play in the first half. Bomstad on the left wing, now drives towards the basket, runs into a double team, banks it in for 2. Torrin Bomstad with his first points of the game, averaging 1.3 points. He's got 2 right there, and we're tied at 14 apiece with 9.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Taylor Williams finds Lucas Weber. He pulls up for 3. Side iron, no. Bomstad with a one-arm snag for the rebound. Hands out to Ashelman, pushes ahead, and now a 3-pointer coming up for Patterson. Knocks it down for the left wing. Aiden Patterson with 5 points, and just like that, the Pointers are back in front, 17-14, with just over 9 minutes to play in half number 1. Krubel looking for Hermson down low. It's saved by the Pointers, but Krubel saves it for Lancaster, and now Krubel pulls up for a jumper, bounces out the front of the rim, and Aiden Patterson with the rebound for the Pointers. And a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be a shove on Taylor Williams. Personal foul number 1. Team foul number 5 of the half for the Arrows. Only 2 fouls against Mineral Point. Pointers inbounding right in front of the Arrows bench. And Keaton Dempsey in possession of the ball. Dribbles all the way to the right corner. Hands off to Brett Bossert on the right wing. Bossert gets back to Keaton Dempsey, who stops his dribble on the right wing. He'll toss it over to the left wing to Aiden Patterson. Now back to the right side. Dempsey, open lane, and he lays it in for 2. Keaton Dempsey with his first points of the game, averaging just shy of 21 points per game. Gets his first 2. He's the 4th different scorer now for the Pointers. 19-14, Mineral Point in front, and a straight ahead 3. That one spit back out. Dane Kaufman missing the shot, and the Pointers with the rebound. And off the glass and in is Keaton Dempsey again. Back-to-back layups, and all of a sudden a touchdown lead for the Pointers, 21-14. Mineral Point on top of Lancaster. Taylor Williams with a turnaround fadeaway shot, knocks it down. Tough shot for Taylor Williams, but somehow gets it to drop. And that ends the scoring drought for the Arrows. 7:40 remaining, and another layup as that is Torrin Bomstad. Euro stepping his way into the lane and laying it in. 23-16, Pointers on top of the Arrows. Now a 3-pointer on the left wing. That went off the front of the rim, then off the backboard and into the hands of Bomstad. Bomstad trying to go coast to coast. Airballs it short of the rim on the layup. Cole Ripp with the offensive rebound, kicks it out, straight ahead 3, knocked down by Aiden Patterson. His second 3 and a timeout taken by Lancaster. 7:11 remaining in the first half. Mineral Point 26, Lancaster 16. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
It's definitely cold and flu season. Congestion, stuffy nose, difficulty breathing. But do you have these types of symptoms all year? Dr. Dale Chilson, ear, nose, and throat specialist at Grant Regional Health Center, offers 27 years of experience and provides accurate diagnosis and effective treatment for a wide variety of sinus issues. Call 608-723-2131 to schedule your appointment at our specialty clinic location in Lancaster today. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
In Game 4.
Dane Kaufman with the basketball in the lane for the Arrows, but has to get rid of it quickly, and he finds Taylor Williams on the high left side. 6:45 to play in the first half. Mineral Point with a 10-point lead, 26-16. Arrows trying to cut into the deficit. As a jumper from the left elbow, that one knocked down by Taylor Williams. Taylor Williams now has 4 points on the game, 26-18. Pointers lead, 6.5 minutes to go until halftime. Brett Bossert finds Bomstad. Open 3, left corner, knocks it down. Torrin Bomstad with 7 points off the bench, 29-18. Mineral Point in front with just over 6 minutes to go. And then a steal by the Pointers, and back the other way, laying it in is Drew Ashelman. 31-18, Pointers on top of the Arrows. Brady Mack at the right elbow, hands off to Dane Kaufman. Kaufman in the lane, double team, scoop layup, rolls off the side of the rim, and the rebound collected by the Pointers. Drew Ashelman on the left wing, now swung over to the right wing to Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey runs into Brady Mack, puts it off the glass, doesn't matter. Keaton Dempsey now with 6. 33-18, Pointers on top of the Arrows. Under 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. And the Pointer fans coming alive on this side of the gym. Zach Hermson to the free throw line. Hands out to Brady Mack. Now Mack, open lane towards the basket, and a foul on the floor before the shot. Foul goes against Cole Ripp. That's his first personal, team foul number 3 of the half. Stops the clock with 5:13 to go. 33-18, Mineral Point on top of Lancaster before the halftime break. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. And Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Some substitutions now coming in for Mineral Point. Number 20, Hudson Schrader, a 6'3 senior, checking into the game, averaging 4.3 points and 2.3 rebounds per game. And a steal off the inbound by Drew Ashelman. And Ashelman will bring it across center court for the Pointers. Mineral Point leading 33-18, 5 minutes left until halftime. Brylan Lee, number 4 in the game as well for the Pointers, hands off to Ashelman on the right wing. Ashelman dribbles into the paint, pulls up for a jumper, and that one rolls in for 2. Drew Ashelman with a big first half. He's got 12 points, and it's 35-18. The Pointers running away with it early against an undefeated Arrows team. Now Taylor Williams in the left corner, hands out to Brady Mack on the high left side. Brady Schmitz hands out to Lucas Weber on the right wing. Weber dribbles to the right elbow. Now off to Mack on the left wing. Mack gets a screen from Weber. Into the paint. Off the glass and in for 2. Nice shot by Brady Mack. Brady Mack averaging 4.7 points per game. Gets his first 2 there. 15-point lead for Mineral Point. 35-20. Just over 4 minutes to play. 3-pointer on the right corner. Bounces off for Aiden Patterson. No good, but the offensive rebound's collected. Patterson going to load up again from the corner. Ricochets out the side of the rim. Taylor Williams with the rebound. Trying to go back down the floor. 1-on-2. Euro steps in the lane, and that one swatted out of his hand by Brylan Lee. Goes out of bounds in front of the Mineral Point bench. Access denied. And now Dane Kaufman will check back into the game for Taylor Williams. And Keaton Dempsey checks back in for Cole Ripp. Zach Hermson set to throw it in baseline right side of the basket for Lancaster. 35-20, Mineral Point leading Lancaster, and a quick foul going to be called against Keaton Dempsey on the inbound. That is the second personal on Keaton Dempsey. And Coach McGraw is going to keep him in the game. 3:45 to play in the first half. 35-20. Mineral Point leading Lancaster. Dane Kaufman hands off to Brady Mack at the top of the arc. Now to Lucas Weber on the right wing. Weber into the paint. Lost the handle. Another steal by Keaton Dempsey. Lost the handle momentarily, but able to recover it. And they're going to say an over and back on Drew Ashelman. I thought he was well across center court from my vantage point, but the official right there saying that his foot was in the backcourt. And it's going to be Lancaster ball off that turnover. Dane Kaufman hands off to Brady Schmitz. Now left corner to Hermson. Hermson trying to spin his way in on Ashelman, and the shot's going to count, and the foul. Zach Hermson now with 11 points. He's got an opportunity to add one more at the free throw line and help bring Lancaster back into the game. The foul goes against Hudson Schrader. That's his first personal, team foul number 5. Both teams now with 5 fouls in the half. Zach Hermson at the line, averaging 78% from the free throw line. And the free throw bounces out the back iron, no good. Offensive or defensive rebound pulled down by Drew Ashelman. 35-22, Pointers lead. 3 minutes left until halftime. Aiden Patterson on the high right side. Lobs it to Drew Ashelman. Now Ashelman pulls up for three, straight ahead. That one drops! Drew Ashelman with a monster first half, 16 points. And now a three-pointer on the left wing for Dane Kaufman. Bounces out the back iron, no good. And trying to save it from going out of bounds was Hudson Schrader, and he throws it. Thought he threw it off the back leg of Taylor Williams, but they're going to say it's going to stay with the Arrows. 2:31 to go. 38-22. As a jumper by Taylor Williams is off target, tried to bank it in, but missed too far right, and now the Pointers in possession of the ball off the rebound. Ashelman swings it over into the left corner to Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey going baseline, lost the handle, goes out of bounds. He's the last to touch it. It'll be Lancaster basketball. 2:08 to play in the first half. 38-22, Mineral Point. Leading the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs, see Stephen Ledusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Now under 2 minutes to play until the McNett Electric halftime report. It's been electric so far in this first half, especially on the Mineral Point side. Taylor Williams, step and pop jumper at the free throw line, bouncing out the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hudson Schrader. Now push ahead to Bomstad, open three, left corner, back iron, no. Rebound collected by Bossert. Bossert will hand off to Ashelman. Ashelman finds Bossert on the right wing. Bossert in the lane, and they're going to say a travel on Bossert. Thought that one might have been more of a jump ball situation, but official says otherwise, and it will be Lancaster ball. Dane Kaufman checks out. Zach Hermson back in for Lancaster. 1:26 remaining in the first half. Still 38-22. Mineral Point in front of Lancaster. Arrows trying to close out the first half strong and get back into it. And Lucas Weber cutting towards the basket. His shot's no good, but he's going to go to the line. Foul goes against Aiden Patterson. Have that down as his first, and team foul number 6 of the half for the Pointers. Lucas Weber at the line. And Weber can't hit the first free throw. Lucas Weber averaging 3.1 points, 2.4 rebounds, and shoots 50% from the charity stripe. So there, if he missed his first, he should make the second, and he does. 38-23, 15-point margin for the Mineral Point Pointers. Leading the undefeated Lancaster Flying Arrows in non-conference boys basketball on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Drew Ashelman in the lane, Euro steps, tries to bank it in, and somehow gets it to drop. Goodness gracious, what a shot by Ashelman. 19 points for Drew Ashelman in the first half. 40-23 is the lead. And now Brady Mack in the lane, and that one swatted out of his hand by Cole Ripp under the basket. It'll stay with Lancaster. Hermson inbounding baseline right side. Inbound pass gets in. Taylor Williams gets the bucket and the foul. It was a bounce pass off the inbound, and Williams looked like he caught it on the way up and somehow got it to drop. As the second foul called against Aiden Patterson, and a chance for Taylor Williams to convert the three-point play. And he does. Taylor Williams now with 7 points. With 41.6 seconds left until the McNett Electric halftime report, it's Mineral Point 40, Lancaster 26. Ashelman taking his time with a left-handed dribble. Bringing it across the center court stripe on the far side. Being met by Taylor Williams. Ashelman will toss over to Bossert on the high right side with 25 seconds left to go in the half. Bossert now to Ashelman. Ashelman gets back to the near side to Brylan Lee. Now to Bomstad, and his ball's poked away from behind by Kaufman. Back down the floor, 2-on-1, and off the glass and in for Dane Kaufman. 40-28, the new score, 3 seconds left. As Ashelman pulls up for three, and that is going to miss off the right side of the rim, no good. But at the half, Mineral Point leading the undefeated Lancaster Flying Arrows 40-28 at the end of the first half. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcersGolfandGrill.com. And Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Coming up at the McNett Electric halftime report, we'll do a check on the shoebox scoreboard, see if we have any other updates that we can tell you about across Southwest Wisconsin's high school sports landscape. We'll recap the first half stats here. We'll tell you what we have coming up on our Queen Bee Radio family of stations on Monday for high school boys basketball, as we have some non-conference action coming up on Monday night. We'll tell you all about it coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This new year, save big money on your dream kitchen upgrade with help from Menards. Clearview Cabinetry offers a selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes. They provide features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Save big money on Clearview cabinets and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
In Game 5.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. At the half, Mineral Point leading the undefeated Lancaster Flying Arrows 40-28. Coming up after this, we will recap the first half stats and do a quick check on the shoebox scoreboard, as our McNett Electric halftime report will be after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
Are you tired of paying a fortune for your prescriptions? Look no further than InFocus Pharmacy, located at 1690 Elm Street in Dubuque. InFocus Pharmacy is proud to offer you discounts on your prescriptions through their 340B program, no insurance required. But wait, there's even more. InFocus Pharmacy offers free services like medication synchronization and delivery. Call them at 563-239-9151 or visit their website, infocuspharmacy.com, to start saving today. InFocus Pharmacy, where personal care meets convenience, quality, and compassion.
In Game 6.
Time now for the McNett Electric halftime report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Our halftime score, 40-28. Mineral Point leading the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Tyler Dictanis with you on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Recapping the individual scoring in this first half, the Pointers are led by a big first half by Drew Ashelman. 19 points in that first half, including 3 3-pointers. And other scorers include Aiden Patterson with 8, 6 points for Keaton Dempsey, 7 points for Torrin Baumstadt off the bench. And other players seeing action but not scoring in the first half include Cole Ripp, Brett Bossert, Brylan Lee, and Hudson Schrader. A combined 6 3-pointers in that first half for Mineral Point, and they shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And for Lancaster, they are led by Zach Hermson with 11 first half points. 7 points apiece for Dane Kaufman and Taylor Williams. 2 points for Brady Mack. Lucas Weber was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Other players seeing action but not scoring in that first half include Brady Schmitz and Anthony Bush. Lancaster had 2 3-pointers in that first half and shot 4 of 6 from the free throw line. The turnovers are fairly even. I have Mineral Point down for 7 and Lancaster with 8. Again, that number very unofficial. But it started off hot for the Arrows. It was kind of tied early on. Lancaster was able to get a 6-point lead. And then all of a sudden the shots started dropping, especially with Drew Ashelman starting to get hot. We were tied at 14 at one point. And since that point, it's really been all Mineral Point the rest of the way in that first half. And we'll see what the second half brings with the undefeated Lancaster Flying Arrows trailing on their home floor on Youth Fan Night. Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Some girls basketball scores earlier today. Judah beat Williams Bay 51-34. Pacelli Catholic over Shalsburg 74-52. Lancaster girls get a big win over Potosi Cassville 70-17. And Platteville victorious over Mount Horeb 70-66. Don't have a final yet on the Mineral Point Barneville game. Hopefully we can get that to you before we go off the air. But those are the updates that we can tell you about on our Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, a reminder, after we're done here, head over to 97.7 Country WGLR for the Packers and Bears. Wayne and Larry will have the call of that one again over on 97.7 Country. And coming up on Monday night boys basketball, some SWC SWAL crossover games. Lancaster is at Fenimore. We'll have that on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And we also will have Platteville at Darlington on X1071, and I believe we'll have that on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. Be sure to check out our full Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com. And that'll wrap things up for the McNett Electric halftime report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric of Belmont. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the second half. 40-28, Mineral Point leads Lancaster at the half. Second half coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7,
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
In Game 7,
High school boys basketball on X1071 brought to you by Lancaster Auto Body, specializing in top quality collision repair, leaving your vehicle looking as good as new. Lancaster Auto Body, where they say we meet by accident. See them at LancasterAutoBodyLLC.com. By Kunis Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Platteville, powering our audio stream for today's broadcast. The Kunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday. Head to Kunis in Platteville. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Lancaster will begin with the basketball working from right to left in the second half. Dane Kaufman loading up for three and knocks it down for the left corner to get things started for the Flying Arrows. Dane Kaufman now with 10 points on the game. Back to a single-digit deficit, 40-31. Mineral Point leading Lancaster. Now a three-pointer for the Pointers is missed by Ashelman, and the rebound collected by Lancaster. Dane Kaufman, left wing, now dribbles into the paint, kicks it out. Open three for Hermson. Bounces off the front iron, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Ashelman. Ashelman brings it across center court, hands off to Keaton Dempsey on the left wing. Now Bosser cutting towards the bucket along the baseline, off the back iron, no good. Zach Hermson with the rebound. Nearly lost the handle, bringing it to center court, but able to collect it and dribbles it inside the left side of the three-point arc. Brady Schmitz on the high right side. He'll toss off to Dane Kaufman on the right wing. Kaufman with a jab step. He'll get a screen from Anthony Bush. Now ankles back towards the right side. In the lane. Euro steps, underhand toss to Taylor Williams in the left corner. Williams trying to lay it in and rolls out the side of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out. Three for Schmitz. Coming up. Swishes it. Back-to-back threes for the Arrows, and just like that, it's a two-possession game, 40-34, and a turnover by Mineral Point. Ball thrown out of bounds, and it will be Lancaster basketball. 16:20 to play in the second half, 40-34. Arrows clawing their way back early in the second half, but a steal by Ashelman, ripping it out of the hands of Hermson, and a Euro step in the lane and a left-handed layup. Nice finish for Drew Ashelman. He's now got 21 points on the game, accounting for exactly one half of Mineral Point's points in this contest. Dane Kaufman loads up for three. That one rattles out, and a whistle on the rebound. And this, I believe, is going to be against Bossert. Actually, scratch that. That's on Cole Rip. That's his first personal, team foul number one. I actually have that down as his second. Now, what's the stoppage here? It's Lancaster ball, inbounding baseline right side. Zach Hermson throws it into Kaufman in the right corner. Kaufman gives off to the high right side to Anthony Bush. Gives back to Kaufman. Kaufman gets a screen. Hands off to Brady Schmitz on the left wing. Schmitz finds Hermson. Hermson double teamed at the free throw line. Hands off to Dane Kaufman on the left wing. Kaufman has the ball poked away. They're going to say a reach in on Ashelman. Had that down as the first on Ashelman. Team foul number two. Cole Rip checks out of the game. Now back in is number 20, Hudson Schrader. And the inbound pass is poked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off the fingertip of Brett Bossert. And now Zach Hermson will try to throw in the inbound pass in the left corner. Gets it into Brady Schmitz on the left wing. Now to Kaufman in the left corner. Kaufman gets back to Schmitz at the top. Now to Williams. Calling for a screen from Anthony Bush. Williams switches hands. Now over to Schmitz. Schmitz charging towards the basket. Floater in the lane. Knocks it down. Brady Schmitz now with 5 points. All of them coming in the second half. 42-36 with 15 minutes to play. Mineral Point in front. Dempsey hands off to Bossert. Now to Ashelman, left wing. Ashman with a nice fake, cutting towards the basket. Floater bounces off the back iron, no good. Hermson with the rebound. Pushes down the floor quickly to Taylor Williams. Tried to lay it in, it won't go, but a foul. Taylor Williams with 7 points on the game. Set to shoot some free throws, but a full timeout taken by Coach McGraw of Mineral Point. 14:42 to play in the second half. Mineral Point 42, Lancaster 36. Free throws coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 8. Don't miss Ice Fest at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium on January 24th and 25th. From 10 a.m. until 2, come dressed for indoor and outdoor fun for the whole family, all included with general admission. Go for the gold with Winter Olympics-themed activities, enjoy history demonstrations, experience To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA, and more. S'mores and hot chocolate are available for purchase. For a detailed list of activities, head to rivermuseum.org/events. Don't miss Ice Fest, January 24th and 25th, only at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium.
Some things are meant to come in a box, like chocolates, phones, or jewelry, but some things aren't, like a mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress, and there are 2 major reasons why your next mattress should not come from a box. First, when foam is compressed for too long, it will lose its ability to return to its full thickness. And second, a good quality mattress, one worth the money you paid for it, is too heavy to ship by parcel service. With mattresses, lighter isn't better, period. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 8.
Taylor Williams at the free throw line coming out of the Mineral Point timeout. And the first free throw is knocked down by Williams on this trip. Taylor Williams now with 8 points. The new score 42-37 with 14:42 to play. In the second half, Williams set to shoot the second free throw. And it's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound collected by the Pointers. Mineral Point led at the half, 40-28. Led by as many as 16. The Arrows had a strong start to begin the second half, and now the Pointers trying to get that momentum back on their side as a tough shot missed by Keaton Dempsey on the right side of the paint, and the rebound collected by Lancaster. Zach Hermson dribbles from the left wing between the rings, now hands off to Taylor Williams on the right corner. Williams gives back to Hermson at the top. Hermson going to be called for a travel. Dragged his pivot foot before he started dribbling. And it will be Mineral Point ball off the Lancaster turnover. Carver's Hardwood Flooring, and for hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Schrader skips it into Ashelman, being guarded by Taylor Williams. Ashelman exchanges passes with Bossert. Now on the left wing, cutting towards the basket. Off the window and in for 2 for Keaton Dempsey. Keaton Dempsey with 8 points now on the game. 44-37, 7-point lead for Mineral Point. Ball lobbed in to Dane Coffin, right side of the paint, being guarded by Ashelman. Ashelman exchanges passes with Brady Mack in the right corner. Now toss to Hermson. Hermson double team, cutting towards the basket, but are they going to say a foul? Foul goes against Brett Bossert. That's his third personal. And Dane Coffin off the inbound gets the butt. No, they're going to say he traveled. Thought it was going to be a hoop and a harm, but the official right there says that he must have gone up and down before the shot went up. And it's 44-37. Mineral Point leading Lancaster with just over 13 minutes to play. Ashelman hands off to the right wing to Aiden Patterson. Now out to the top to Hudson Schrader. Schrader dribbles to the right elbow. Now tosses to Patterson. Patterson trying to put up a shot in the lane, but a foul called against Lancaster. They're going to whistle up Brady Mack. That's his third personal. First team foul of the half for the Flying Arrows. And Aiden Patterson at the line for his first free throws of the game. And the first free throw rattles out, no good. Aiden Patterson on the season averaging about 47% from the free throw line. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. And by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. The second free throw also no good for Patterson. Score stays at 44-37, 12:45 remaining in the game. Hermson, right side of the paint, hands off to Dane Kaufman on the right wing, swings it over to Taylor Williams on the left. Tosses in the left corner to Brody Krubel. Krubel dribbles to the left elbow, hands off to Dane Kaufman. Kaufman calls for a screen, dribbles to the left wing. Kaufman gets to Williams, cutting towards the basket, off the glass and in for two. Taylor Williams now in double figures with 10, 44-39. Mineral Point in front. Open three for Baumstadt in the right corner, off the front of the rim, no good. Krubel traces it down for Lancaster. Taylor Williams running towards the basket and a foul on the floor before he can get a shot up. Foul goes against Aiden Patterson. That's his third personal. It's team foul number 5 of the half for Mineral Point. Inbound pass by Hermson, lobbed to the left wing to Dane Kaufman. Kaufman hands off to Taylor Williams. Now Williams dribbles to the free throw line. Nice cut towards the basket. Nice finish by Dane Kaufman. And all of a sudden, it's a one-possession game, 44-41. Mineral Point in front, trying to stretch their lead once again. And a steal by Hermson, and Hermson slams it down with the right hand. One-point game, 44-43. Mineral Point in front. As Dempsey lost the handle going up and a scramble for the ball. Whistle blows. And the tide has turned officially to Lancaster's side, and a timeout taken. Taken by Mineral Point. It's a full timeout. We'll take it too. 11:15 to play in the second half. Mineral Point 44, Lancaster 43. Back after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
If you're single, a young couple just starting out, or an empty nester, regular-sized loaves of bread just may be too much of a good thing. Now, thanks to Village Hearth Half Loaves, you can have just the right amount of fresh, delicious bread for toast and your favorite sandwiches. Village Hearth Half Loaves come in 5 flavorful varieties, including Dakota-style 12-grain, honey wheat, and premium white. You're sure to find the one that's just right. Village Hearth Half Loaves, the perfect size for 1 or 2.
In Game 9.
After trailing 40-28 at halftime, Lancaster has outscored Mineral Point 15-4 in the second half as a shot put up by Taylor Williams. His putback is no good either, but he's going to go to the line for an opportunity to tie and take the lead at the free throw line. It'll be the 4th foul on Aiden Patterson. And Taylor Williams misses the first free throw. Taylor Williams has 10 points on the game. Aiden Patterson checks out. Cole Ripp back in for the Pointers. The free throw's off the front of the rim, no good, and a whistle. And it's going to be Mineral Point ball. They're going to say a push on Lucas Weber of Lancaster. That's his first personal, team foul number 2 of the half. Mouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Mouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And by People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. A hand check foul going to be called against Taylor Williams. That's his second. Team foul number 3 for Lancaster. Mineral Point has 17 fouls now. Any fouls will put Lancaster at the line the rest of the way. 44-43. Mineral Point leading Lancaster. 10:40 to go. Hudson Schrader saves the ball from going out of bounds. He'll hand off to the right wing to Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey in the lane. Triple team. Looking for an open teammate. Finds Bomstad. Open shots. Front of the rim. No good. Cole Rip with the offensive rebound. Rip hands out to Ashelman in the right corner. Ashelman dribbles out of the corner to the right wing, being guarded by Taylor Williams. Switching for the right to the left hand. In the lane. Floater. Off target, off the side of the rim. Cole Rip with the rebound and the putback. Cole Rip with his first points of the game. 46-43. Pointers in front with 10:05 to go. Lucas Weber in the right corner. Dribbles in the lane. Spins his way off the glass and in for 2. What a move. What a finish by Lucas Weber. 3 points for him on the game. Back to a 1-point lead for the Pointers. Dempsey in the lane. Put up a shot. It's short of the rim, but a foul against Lancaster. I believe this is against Zach Hermson. And it is his second personal. Team foul number 4 of the half for Lancaster. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional friendly service. And the first free throw is no good. Keaton Dempsey on the season averaging 84% from the free throw line. Misses his first free throw of the game. Second free throw also rattles out. Lancaster with the rebound. Arrows trying to take the lead on this possession with 9:40 to go. 46-45, Mineral Point in front. Taylor Williams finds Dane Kaufman in the left corner. Kaufman will dribble it out of the corner and toss back to Williams on the left wing. Now back to Kaufman. Kaufman. Looked like a screen and roll initially for Krubel, but they're going to give off to Lucas Weber on the right wing. Now back to Williams. Williams steps his dribble at the top of the arc. Now to Kaufman on the left wing. Kaufman to the top. Now to Hermson. Pull up jumper at the left elbow. Knocked it down. And the Arrows are back in front. 47-46. 9 minutes to go. What a comeback by the Arrows. Now Cole Rip at the right elbow. Hands off to Bossert. Now to the top to Ashelman. Ashelman at the left elbow finds Cole Rip at the right side of the paint. Now back to Ashelman on the right wing. Ashelman gets a screen from a teammate. Three-pointers knocked down by Ashelman with the answer. Ashelman with 24 points on the game. 49-47. Pointers in front with 8:25 to play. Krubel hands off to Dane Kaufman on the right wing. Now in the free throw lane, gives to Lucas Weber. Weber under the basket, reverse layup is good. Lucas Weber with 5 points off the bench, and we are tied at 49 with 8 minutes to play. Drew Ashelman on the left wing being double teamed, hands off to Keaton Dempsey on the right side. Dempsey looking at Coach McGraw for instructions. He'll hand off to Ashelman. Ashelman back to Dempsey on the left wing. Dempsey gets a screen. Now a three-pointer in the right corner. That one off the front of the rim, no good for Brett Bossert. And a scramble for the rebound. Everyone on the Mineral Point bench was standing up, so I couldn't see what exactly happened. But the officials are talking about it, and they're going to say it's Mineral Point ball. 7:37 remaining. Mineral Point 49, Lancaster 49. As there's a wet spot on the floor that Zach Hermson's going to help clean up. Anthony Bush checking back into the game. Brody Krubel will take a seat for Lancaster. Real Mutual agents John Reagans and Denny Dahl with Reagans and Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. Play resumes. 7.5 minutes to play. Tied at 49, and a push called against Lancaster on the floor before a shot. Now the foul's starting to add up for the Arrows, as that is team foul number 5. Mineral Point already with 7, so free throws could be a huge, huge factor the rest of the way. Fouls against Lucas Weber, his second. As Ashelman pump fakes, now cutting towards the basket, lays it in. What a shot! Drew Ashelman with 26 points for Mineral Point. 51-49, Pointers back in front. Zach Hermson has the ball poked away, and it's stolen away by Mineral Point. And that one poked away from behind by Lucas Weber, preventing an easy fast break bucket for Mineral Point. It'll stay with the Pointers. Keaton Dempsey will check out of the game for a quick breather. Back in the game for the Pointers is number 4, Brylan Lee. Dean Coffin checks back into the game for Lancaster. Taylor Williams will take a seat. Ashelman inbounds, baseline left side, gets it into Cole Rip at the left wing. Rip hands off to Brett Bossert. And Bossert gives back to Ashelman to set things up. Ashelman, right-handed dribble to the right side of the point. Switches to the left hand, being guarded by Lucas Weber. Ashelman gets a pass back from Brylan Lee. Now Baumstad in the right corner. Dribbles out of it to the free throw line in the lane. Lost the handle. Loose ball recovered in the left corner by Lee. Lee with a cross-court pass to Baumstad in the right corner. I'll skip back to Ashelman on the left wing. And a three-pointer coming up. Knocked down! What a shot by Ashelman! Ashelman's 5th three-pointer of the game. As we have a foul on the other side of the floor. And I believe this is on Bossert, and that's his 4th. So both Bossert and Aiden Patterson have 4 fouls apiece. As Mineral Point leads 54-49 with 6:14 to play. Hermson at the free throw line for Lancaster. And Hermson hits the first to earn another, as that is team foul number 8 on Mineral Point. Community First Bank, free in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. And by McNutt Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNutt Electric in Belmont. The second free throw is also good for Hermson. 54-51. Mineral Point leading Lancaster with 6:10 to play. Buckle in for a fun finish here at Lancaster High School on this Saturday night. Keaton Dempsey with it for Mineral Point, now back in the game. Dempsey gets a pass from Baumstad. Open 3, right corner, front of the rim, no good. Loose ball out of bounds. And it's Lancaster ball. 5:53 left. The Arrows have fought their way back. They trailed 40-28 at halftime. Took the lead for a brief moment. And then Drew Ashelman hit a big 3 to make it a 2-possession game, and a foul on the floor against the Pointers. And it's going to be a foul on Cole Rip. That's team foul number 9 of the half. One more foul, and it's 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Arrows. Lucas Weber at the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight and hits the first on this trip. That's a big one. Brylan Lee checks out. Eden Patterson back in. And the second free throw for Lucas Weber is knocked down. Mineral Point 54, Lancaster 53, 5:40 remaining. Drew Ashelman brings it across center court, being guarded by Taylor Williams. Now to Keaton Dempsey on the right wing. Lucas Weber all over him, and they're going to say a push on Lucas Weber. That'll be the third personal on Lucas Weber. Team foul number 6 of the half for Lancaster. Ashelman inbounding baseline right side, and a collision on the inbound. And that's the third on Zach Hermsen. So now Mineral Point with free throws the rest of the way. Keaton Dempsey at the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Knocks down the first free throw on this trip. Mineral Point 55, Lancaster 53, 5:29 remaining. Claire Bacon with the very convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Second free throw is good. Clutch free throws by Keaton Dempsey. Makes it a 3-point game, 56-53, 5:22 to play. Dean Kaufman trying to tie it up off the left wing. Ball spit back out, no good. Cole Rip with the rebound for Mineral Point. Ashelman trying to slow it down, bringing it across center court. He's out to Bomstad in the right corner. Now an open three in the left corner coming up. Side iron, no. And the rebound collected by the Pointers to keep it on their side of the floor. Ashelman being harassed by Taylor Williams. Finds Bomstad in the left corner. Now back to Ashelman. Ashelman charging towards the basket. Left-handed layup off the glass and in for 2. Goodness gracious, 31 points for Ashelman. 58-53, 5-point lead for Mineral Point. Dean Kaufman, tough shot off the glass and in for 2. Dean Kaufman has 14. 58-55, 4:20 to go. Dempsey trying to lay it in. Too strong off the backboard. Bomstad with the offensive rebound. Open three, left wing coming up. Knocked down by Aiden Patterson. 61-55. Patterson now with 11. And a steal by Torin Bomstad. 1-on-2 coming back the other way. He'll slow it down and hand off to the left wing as Ashelman will direct traffic. Mineral Point leads by 6, 3:44 to play. And a timeout taken by the Pointers. That'll stop the clock with 3:42 to play. It's a 30-second stop. We'll keep it here. I'll tell you that basketball is brought to you by Brian Steffes Construction, your local Wick Buildings dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams at Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. And by Southwest Health, over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Ivy Construction Incorporated is a family-owned and operated ready-mix, aggregate, and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. By Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville. Arter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all of your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Coming out of the Mineral Point timeout. Pointers 61, Arrows 55, 3:38 and counting. Pointers with the lead and the ball in the right corner. Now Cole Rip at the top of the arc. Cole Rip holding the ball over his head. Now decides to take one dribble, picks it up, looking for someone to pass to. He's going to throw it back to Ashelman. Ashelman being harassed by Taylor Williams. Now Ashelman loads up for three. He swishes it. Goodness gracious. Drew Ashelman making it rain from three. 34 points on the game. Dean Kaufman in the left corner. Back to a 9-point lead and in a foul. I'm going to say an offensive foul on Lancaster, and Drew Ashelman a little slow to get back up. The foul goes against Brody Krubel. That's his first. It's team foul number 8. as Ashelman trying to walk it off. And we will pick up the action. Ashelman will get the inbound pass from number 10, Aiden Patterson. Ashelman with a left-handed dribble. Gets a screen from a teammate at center court. Now charging towards the basket, and he puts it off the glass and in for 2 more. Drew Ashelman with 36 points. And back the other way, Taylor Williams misses the layup. Second chance, no good. Third time the charm. No, it's swatted from behind, but a foul on Mineral Point. Keaton Dempsey guilty of the foul. That's his third. Lancaster in the double bonus. They will have 2 free throws the rest of the way. Taylor Williams loading up for the first free throw attempt. And misses the first. Great Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw attempt for Williams. Knocks it down. And a timeout taken. It's a full timeout taken by Lancaster with 2:40 to play. We'll keep it here. 66-56. Mineral Point leading Lancaster, having the undefeated Lancaster Flying Arrows on the ropes. Basketball tonight brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville, offering a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel and Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. And Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Coming out of the Lancaster timeout, Mineral Point able to get it across center court. Ashelman trying to go in on Taylor Williams, and they're going to say Williams is guilty of the block. It's the third personal on Taylor Williams. Clock is stopped with 2:29 to play in the second half. Mineral Point 66, Lancaster 56. And the free throw is missed by Drew Ashelman. A rare miss for him tonight. Still a 10-point lead for Mineral Point. Dane Kaufman dribbles from the left wing, hands off to Taylor Williams at the top. Williams loading up for three, knocks it down! 66-59. And a steal by Lancaster, and Herbston off the glass and in for two. 2:07 and counting. 5-point lead for Mineral Point, 66-61. Ball pushed ahead to Aiden Patterson. Now to Ashelman cross court across the center court stripe. Exchanges passes with Bomstad in the right corner. Ashelman finds Bomstad in the corner again, and he'll get it back on the right wing to reset. Ashelman being guarded by Lucas Weber, the sophomore. Now Ashelman guarded once again by Taylor Williams. Cross-court pass over to number 10, Aiden Patterson, and a quick hand check foul called against Dane Kaufman. Stops the clock with 1:35 to play. Mineral Point 66, Lancaster 61. Keaton Dempsey at the line. And Dempsey hits the first. Keaton Dempsey now with 11 points on the game for Mineral Point. Back to a 6-point lead. Second free throw, also good. Now a 3-possession game for Mineral Point. 68-61, 1:31 to go. Dane Kaufman loading up for three. Left wing, knocks it down. And now Lancaster wants a full timeout with 1:26 to play. 68-64. Mineral Point in front. We'll stay here. Basketball tonight. Brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents John Raggins and Deneen Dahl with Raggins & Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. By Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you. McNett Electric in Belmont. And by Claire Bank for 3 convenient locations into Southwest Wisconsin. Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. You can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. And by Ivy Construction Incorporated, a family-owned and operated ready-mix, aggregate, and excavation company serving Southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Pointers navigate a full court press to get it across to the front court. 68-64, Mineral Point leading Lancaster. And a foul called against the Arrows. It'll be against Dane Kaufman. Personal foul number 2. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. Aiden Patterson at the line. And Patterson hits the first. Aiden Patterson now 1 of 3 at the free throw line. And Patterson has 11 points on the game. Brady Schmitz checks into the game. That will send Brody Krubel to the bench for Lancaster. Patterson at the line, loading up for the second free throw. And knocks it down. Some clutch free throw shooting by Mineral Point down the home stretch. 6-point lead for Mineral Point, 70-64 with 1:11 and a foul on the floor. Called against the Pointers. And it's against Keaton Dempsey. That's his 4th. Taylor Williams back at the line. Taylor Williams with 14 points on the game. And Williams hits the first free throw on this trip. Second free throw is good. Taylor Williams now with 16. 1:11 to play. Mineral Point 70, Lancaster 66. Inbound pass gets into Ashelman, but a quick foul against Lancaster. Taylor Williams is whistled up for his 4th personal. Stops the clock with 1:09. Ashelman back at the free throw line with 36 points on the game. Make it 37. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw is good for Ashelman. As a three-pointer by Zach Hermson's no good off the left side of the rim, and a hold on the rebound. And this is against Ashelman. That's his 2nd personal. And 2 more free throws coming up for Taylor Williams. Williams hits the first free throw on this trip. He's now 5 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. 72-67, Mineral Point leading Lancaster. Taylor Williams loading up for the second free throw. And That one's no good. Off the side of the rim, and the rebound collected by Cole Ripp of Mineral Point. Gives off to Ashelman, and Ashelman's going to be fouled from behind by Williams. And that is the 5th foul on Taylor Williams. Williams fouls out of the game with 17. Williams will check out, and Brody Krubel checks back in for Lancaster with 55 seconds remaining. 72-67, Mineral Point in front. Ashelman loading up for the first free throw. And then it's no good. After the game, we'll have the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show. We'll have the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game and then the Hearst's Ace Hardware MVP. And the free throw's no good. Lancaster back down the floor quickly, trailing by 5. Lucas Weber charging towards the basket, puts it off the glass and in for 2. Arrows applying pressure in the backcourt, and a foul going to be called against Lancaster. They're going to say a hit to the head by Zach Hermson. That's his 4th. Hermson with 19 points is 1 foul away from fouling out of the game. And a big free throw for Peyton Dempsey. Beg your pardon, Keaton Dempsey. And Keaton hits the free throw to make it a 2-possession game again for Mineral Point. 73-69 with 38.9 seconds left. And the second free throw also good. 74-69, 35 seconds left. Lucas Weber going to be called for a travel. They're going to say he went up and down before he put the layup up. Lancaster turns it over. And Zach Hermson will take a seat to avoid giving up his 5th foul. Brady Mack is in. And now it looks like Hermson will quickly come back in. (74-69), 34.7 seconds remaining. And now the 2 officials talking in front of the Lancaster bench. And now the official is talking with Brian Knapp of the Flying Arrows. And now we'll resume play. Aiden Patterson going to throw it in for Mineral Point. Looking for someone to pass to. Gets it into Keaton Dempsey, and Dempsey's going to be fouled quickly by Kaufman. Actually, scratch that. That's against number 2, Brady Schmitz. But free throws coming up for Keaton Dempsey. Keaton Dempsey is 6 of 8 at the line tonight. And he hits the first on this trip. 75-69. Pointers trying to close it out and hand Lancaster its first loss of the season. Keaton Dempsey with 15 points in total. Make it 16 as he hits some big free throws down the home stretch. 76-59, 30 seconds left. Zach Hermson finds Lucas Weber. Rhythm 3, left wing, knocks it down. And a quick timeout taken by Lancaster with 25.4 seconds left. 76-72. Arrows are still alive. It's a 30-second stop, and we're not going to go anywhere. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you from the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. And what a thriller we've had here in Lancaster. Mineral Point led at the half, 40-28. Lancaster briefly took the lead about midway through the second half. And Mineral Point was able to stretch the lead back to 9, but the Arrows have stayed in it. It's a two-possession game with 25.4 seconds left, 76-72 the score. Mineral Point gets the inbound pass in coming out of the timeout as Ashelman pushes ahead to Bomstad and now finds Keaton Dempsey on the left wing. Dempsey trying to dribble away from Lancaster defenders, and finally Brady Schmitz will commit the foul to stop the clock with 14 seconds remaining. Dempsey back at the line. As Dempsey misses the first free throw on this trip. Keaton Dempsey, 8 of 11. Make it 9 of 12. Gives him 17 points in total, 77-72. As a long three is missed by Dane Coffin. Rebound collected by Ashelman. Football pass forward for Dempsey. It's going to be poked out of bounds. And it's going to be Lancaster ball with 1.8 seconds left. And barring something really, really crazy, Zach Hermson will throw it in. Lucas Weber, long three, short of the rim. And the final score, Mineral Point upsets Lancaster 77-72. Mineral Point improves to 5-3. Their next game will be Tuesday at Riverdale. Then they'll have a game on Thursday against Cuba City. We'll have that on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then the Pointers go to the Lacrosse Center on Friday to face Fall Creek. The Flying Arrows dropped their first game of the season. They go to 8-1 overall. Their next game will be Monday night at Fenimore. We'll have that on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Then they'll get back into conference play at Prairie du Chien on Thursday, and then have a non-conference matchup on January 19th at Cuba City on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Once again, your final score, 77-72. Mineral Point upsets the Lancaster Flying Arrows. The Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show comes your way after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 10, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
Shop Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena Square off Highway 20. Find all your grocery, deli, and bakery needs, plus specialty cakes and weekly sales. Get cuts to order from the meat department, including fresh-cut Angus beef. Tammy's Piggly Wiggly also has you covered with party trays. And check out the best selection of local wines and craft beers around. Look for the weekly flyer online at shopthepig.com. Then head to Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
In Game 10.
The Mineral Point Pointers hand Lancaster its first loss of the season, winning on the road 77-72 on this Saturday night on X1071. Coming up next, the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show will pick out the Tri-Core Turning Point, the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, and the Herbst's Ace Hardware MVP. That's all straight ahead on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 3 minutes.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing Postgame Show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
Time now for the Tri-State Roofing LLC post-game show on X1071 of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. A thrilling finish here at Lancaster High School. The Mineral Point Pointers come away with the upset win over the Flying Arrows, 77-72. Tyler Dictanis with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Let's recap what we saw scoring-wise as Mineral Point was led by a legendary game played by Drew Ashelman, 38 points scored tonight, and from the three-point line, he was 7 three-pointers on the game for Drew Ashelman. Also, another leading scorer, Keaton Dempsey, had 17 points on the game for the Pointers, and Aiden Patterson had 13. Other contributors include Torin Bomstad with 7. Cole Ripp had 2. And other players seeing action but not scoring include Brett Bossert and Brylan Lee. As a team, Mineral Point shot 10 three-pointers in total. or converted 10 3-pointers in total, I should say, and they were 14 of 24 from the free throw line tonight. As for Lancaster, they were led in scoring tonight by Zach Hermson with 19, and then 17 points apiece for Dane Kaufman and Taylor Williams. Lucas Weber had 12 points off the bench. Good night by the sophomore for the Flying Arrows. 5 points for Brady Schmitz, and 2 points for Brady Mack. Anthony Bush started but did not score for the Flying Arrows tonight. And other players saw action tonight for Lancaster. As a team, the Flying Arrows hit 7 3-pointers. And at the free throw line, they were 13 of 20. So that brings us to our post-game awards. Our Herms's Ace Hardware MVP brought to you by Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Maine and Platteville. Herms's will be the MVP for your next project in your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. It's got to be Drew Ashelman with those 38 points. As not only was it the scoring, it was when the points happened too. At critical moments of the game when the momentum had swung back to Lancaster's way, he was able to help guide his team back through it, and an outstanding performance by Drew Ashelman, worthy of the Herms's Ace Hardware MVP this evening. Our scrapper of the game, it's the player whose hustle and scrapping has stood out and trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I'm going to say down low, it's going to be Keaton Dempsey. Not only was he swatting a few shots out of the hands of Flying Arrows here tonight, he had 17 points and had some monster free throws down the line that helped keep Mineral Point in front. So Keaton Dempsey will be our West End Salvage scrapper of the game. Again, the player whose hustle and scrapping has stood out and trying to lead the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Then the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Lancaster took the lead for a brief moment in the second half. I believe it was 47-46. And then from that point forward, it was a pair of 3-pointers by Drew Ashelman. Drew Ashelman hit 1 3-pointer to put the Pointers back in front. And then the momentum had officially swung Mineral Point's way, and they didn't look back. So that was our Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And we are joined by some of the victorious Pointers here tonight. And Coach, we'll start with you. Coach Brett McGraw joining us on our post-game show. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win. What a game between both these teams. It was going to be a fast-paced game. We were anticipating it being one. Kind of curious about how your team would respond after playing a game late last night and then playing one here tonight. Just talk about what you saw from your team here tonight.
I thought we got off to a really good start by moving the basketball. We talked about before the game about just the scouting report, the tendencies, and trying to minimize what they want to do and letting them do. And I thought our guys really bought into that. I thought we moved the ball, and a lot of different guys scored in that first half, and that just gave us a really big bump for sure.
Yeah, it seemed like everyone that was expected to score was able to get theirs, this evening. But what did you feel were kind of the difference makers here tonight? Because it was, pretty evenly matched. I mean, you did have the 40-28 lead at the half, had that big run, to go into halftime, but then Lancaster able to battle their way back and able to get the lead in about the halfway point of the second half. Talk about, just the momentum swings and everything that came with that tonight.
Obviously basketball is a game of momentum, and you sometimes you're trying to get it, sometimes you're trying to stop theirs and get it ourselves. But even when they came roaring back, we stayed together and we made plays, and we just started to stay true to what we've been doing that made it successful in the first half. And these guys did a great job. This is a fantastic job tonight.
How huge is getting this win against that team? here tonight. I mean, Lancaster is undefeated. They're obviously ranked and, a very tough opponent. We know about the experience that they've had. I mean, these seniors have been playing essentially 4 years, by all accounts. So this is an experienced team that you guys have seen. And obviously, Mineral Point's been to state the last 2 years, but, some new players and some bigger roles for some of these seniors that might not have seen some playing time over the last couple of years, coming up with some big spots here tonight.
Yeah, Lancaster's got a really talented team, and they got a lot of guys that can make plays, that can hit shots. They play well together. And so for us to kind of, neutralize it for a portion of the game and then just kind of play back and forth the rest of that second half, it's a really big step for us to grind out a game like that. And finish really strong, especially free throws at the end. I thought I was really, really pleased at how we finished the game that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Free throws were definitely huge for you guys down the home stretch. And I don't have jersey numbers in front of me, so can you introduce which players we have up here with us?
Okay, so we got Drew Ashleman here, number 11.
Yep.
And then we got Keaton Dempsey, number 21.
All right. We'll talk with you, Drew, first. 38 points tonight. An outstanding performance. I was saying it was a legacy game just with the way that you were playing, and I think you had it was 7 3-pointers on the game. Talk about what was going right for you, shooting the basketball as well as, some key defensive stops as well.
Yeah, for sure. My teammates just kept getting me open. They just kept attacking and kicking, and that was working, so they just kept doing it, and I was able to get good looks that way. They were playing pretty solid D, but sometimes good offense beats good defense.
Yep, and as we were just talking with Coach a minute ago, the momentum swings, between both teams in this game. You guys had a huge lead at halftime. Lancaster battled their way back. Talk about the mental fortitude of you and your teammates tonight, battling a little bit of adversity. What'd you guys do to pull through?
Yeah, we fought a lot of adversity this season. We lost a couple games that, we felt like we should have won, and tonight we flipped the switch at the end of the game, and this time we were able to finish it, and that's just what we need to do the rest of the season.
Yep, absolutely. And again, you had the big win against Fenimore last night, another win against a quality opponent on the road here this evening. What does a win like this do for your confidence as you head into some bigger games with the conference schedule and things like that?
Yeah, it boosts our confidence a lot, and knowing we can compete and beat a team like that shows we can really beat anyone, and we're confident in who we have.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way. We'll now chat with Keaton Dempsey of the Pointers. And Keaton, I had you down for 17 points, but I thought it was your free throw shooting, especially down the stretch, that really helped the Pointers seal the deal. What's it like shooting those big pressure free throws down the home stretch and coming through to help your team get the win tonight?
Free throws, we practice it all. It's something we do a lot in practice every single day, end of practice and during drills and stuff. And I thought our bench was really making it easier, especially with the crowd. It helped a lot.
Yeah, and playing in front of an electric crowd. I mean, both sides were well represented here tonight. This was probably one of the best environments we'll probably see for a regular season game all season long. And, when you hear the student section, getting on their feet, trying to get you to miss free throws, and then you hear the crowd behind you when you guys have some big shots. What was it like playing in this gym in particular, and how is that kind of compared to some of the other games you guys have had?
It's the third time I've been in this gym, and this is always a gym that's usually a packed house. Really good team. They win a lot. So their crowd is really loud too, and they really want to win too, but that's also who we are too as well. We all like to win.
Yep, and talk about the things that have been going right for the Pointers, during this last stretch of games. Got the big win against Fenimore last night, another win against Lancaster tonight, 3 games coming up next week. What are the things you're hoping to carry into the next few games to keep that momentum going?
A lot of the energy coming from the bench and the guys on the court, like offensive rebounding and just all-around defensive effort. We all are buying into it. And like Drew said, we lost a couple of games early in the season that we are pretty confident that we should have won. And I think if we all keep buying into what we're doing right now, we'll be pretty successful. All
right. Well, congrats on the win. Go enjoy it, and good luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us. Yep, Coach McGraw, as well as Drew Ashelman and Keaton Dempsey joining us on our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show. We'll take a timeout and close up shop. Do a final check on the shoebox scoreboard before we end the broadcast as our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show wraps up after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame, 2 minutes.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So, what's the asking price on these houses?
You'd probably be more comfortable living somewhere else.
How long is the lease?
Sure, you can afford to live here, but...
How are the schools?
We have twins.
This neighborhood probably wouldn't be right for your kids.
If a real estate or rental agent says anything like this, you are being discriminated against, and it is illegal. If you experience housing discrimination, go to HUD.gov/fair housing and report it. Fair housing. The law is on your side. A message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Postgame, 2 minutes.
Wrapping up the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 77-72. Mineral Point upsets the Lancaster Flying Arrows, handing the Arrows the first loss of the season. Doing a quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. In boys basketball earlier today, Stockton, Illinois beat Blackhawk 57-42. Darlington a winner over Beloit Turner 66-38. And no other finals that we can tell you about. New Glarus is in progress against Dodgeville. And on the girls' side, Judah beats Williams Bay 51-34, excuse me. Pacelli Catholic over Shalsburg 74-52. Lancaster all over Potosi Cassville 70-17, and Platteville a winner over Mount Horriban girls basketball 70-66. We'll have the full recap of the final scores from our area high school sports scene tomorrow on 97.7 Country WGLR, as well as the other Queen Bee Radio family of stations as well during news and sports tomorrow. Again, Mineral Point goes to 5-3 on the season. Their next game will be Tuesday at Riverdale, Thursday at home against Cuba City, which we'll have on Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then Friday, the Pointers will play against Fall Creek at the Lacrosse Center. Lancaster drops to 8-1. And their next game will be Monday night at Fenimore. We'll have that one over on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Then the Arrows go to Prairie du Chien on Thursday. And then the Arrows will have a game at Cuba City on January 19th, which we'll have on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And that will wrap things up for us from Lancaster High School. Thank you to Brett Rollins and the entire staff here at Lancaster High School for being gracious hosts and helping us out. As always, thanks to both head coaches, Brian Knapp of Lancaster and Brett McGraw of Mineral Point. Also to Coach McGraw, as well as Drew Ashelman and Keaton Dempsey joining us on our postgame show for a postgame interview. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school boys basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Laley Center Monroe and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score, Mineral Point upsets the Lancaster Flying Arrows 77-72. Mineral Point goes to 5-3. Lancaster drops their first game of the season to go to 8-1. From the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night from Lancaster, and we'll see you on Monday for boys basketball in Fenimore on 97.7 Country WGLR and Platteville at Darlington on X1071. See you on Monday.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
X1071 is
WPVL-FM, Platteville, Galena, and Dubuque's source for extreme hit music.
online at X1071.com.
Playing the hits.
Extreme hit, X1071. A Queen Bee radio station.